全力そう愛です。崇高なる愛でクライマックス。全霊そう愛です。愛愛愛愛なんです。戦いはい毎日幸せにしますよ絶対と。筋トレ励んでます。よし遊びましょう。怖いどっかに行っちゃってよ。一人でも大丈夫じゃん。お前が一緒だと嬉しくないかな。ときめきときめくときめいたら計画する調査する実践あるのみ。ときめく心に嘘をつけない奇跡のような出会い感謝します。人は好きを見つけた時大きな喜び愛情を混ぜ混ぜして貴重な体験に歌にします。気持ちが悪いと思われても止められないのです分かってくださいね。少しだけ言葉じゃ足りないなら行動123開幕。陸でもよし海でも空飛びましょうか。飛ばないそういうことじゃない。はっきり言うとうざいの。はっきりうざいの。そしてキモいなとかしてよ。ときめき食らいまくり。
Alright guys, welcome to Anon of the Week, episode, get out of here, phone. Fucking phone post. My man.
I'm gonna need that roll, Jeff.
I already gave you one. Alright. The shit posters are heavy tonight. With me here I have Based Black, one of my... I've known him a bit more than most Anons. We're kind of good friends. I'm not gonna, like, pretend to not know him for, like, the format of the show. But he also likes Chinese cartoons, and we'll talk about them for a while.
I do enjoy Chinese cartoons.
Alright. Let me pull up the... let me confirm that the window capture is working properly, and then pull it up. Alright, and there it is. Okay, so I have a capture here of Anna chart. I played the song opening from, or the ending, from Uchi no Maid, what was it called? Uchi no Maid Uzigezuru, or whatever. The one with the fucking muscle maid, and then like the Russian lolly. Have you watched that one?
Yeah, I see that.
That shit was so well animated. Like, the budget was out of the fucking park. What'd you think of it? Roll down to it.
I mean, what's not to like a little lolly that's about to get like molested by the old woman and then dad's with
Alright. I mean, it's true, yeah. It's definitely played for laughs, but I have it just the pure animation quality and Doka Kabo, more like Gata Kabo, really outdid themselves. Let me see if I can find on the list here for the audience. Should be green, obviously. I've been watching it. I guess it's at the bottom if it's... Where is it? Alright, well I don't see it. But a pretty good show. One of two Doka Kabo animated comedies this season. Oh, there it is. Okay. And I haven't read the manga. I know the manga is like lewd, like shitters on fucking post like lewd shots from the manga all the time, and all the fucking pedos. But it's at least a really well animated comedy hijinks slapstick thing. It'll be funny. And, you know, just the classic sort of Japanese humor that isn't like SJW and cucked and will at least make fun of things like people losing their parents and then being molested by a former military lesbian, butch lesbian. You know, at least it'll be funny. A bit degenerate, but at least funny. Alright. Alright, so I guess we'll start from the top instead. I was just mentioning that one. Did you watch Sword Art Online Alicization?
Fuck no.
Alright. I could have guessed that was the case. I didn't bother watching it either. It looked like some weird shit where like Kirito's best friend was turned into a girl or something. I don't even know. I only saw like screenshots. All I saw was like a fucking webbing of this series. of just fucking like Kirito and some like blonde kid just like wrestling like gaily in the grass. I'm like, oh, all right. And then
kind of gay.
it looked kind of gay. There's a bit of echo on your end, but that's okay. How about Goblin Slayer? Have you watched it yet or no?
Yeah, I watched it.
Okay, what'd you think of it?
Oh no,
You
I
don't
don't know
know
how I feel about the CG Knight.
the CG Knight? Well, I mean, yeah, I mean, Goblin Slayer with the CG, and the CG was sort of like out of place,
Yeah,
and they were trying to save money with it. I definitely agree with that. That was most of the people's complaints about it. I think it was fine for an adaptation, but I agreed the CG's kind of weird. And hopefully they, if that was the first episode, hopefully they don't run out of budget too hard, because it looks like they are going to run out of budget pretty quickly. All right.
Yeah, but other than that, it was pretty decent. I definitely want to see some goblins die. I didn't know how real it was gonna get. Like
With the rape and shit.
Yeah, bitches got
That's
raped
like the
by
whole fucking meme about the anime is the fucking rape.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, that's like all the edgelords like it. I'm sure it's like Fear's favorite anime because like people get raped and stuff. All right, then we have Tensei Shitara Slime Ken. It's a isekai about a person who gets reincarnated to a slime and then later turns into like a trap.
It's gonna be golden.
You watched it, and I imagine you liked it. I mean, it was well produced. The animation quality was really high. The production value was really high. I've read the light novel for this one, and it's all right. Like it's just your generic power fantasy isekai story where the main character just like constantly gets like expanding harems and powers and becomes more powerful and shit constantly. And eventually it jumps the shark. But I think the first season, oh, it's 24 episodes. Fuck. And we'll probably get to the point where it jumps to shark. I didn't see that it was going to be 24 episodes.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah. All right. Apparently, Fairy Tale has another season. I don't watch shit like that, so
Yeah,
I imagine.
No, I didn't watch it.
All right, we got Tokyo Ghoul 2.
I never seen the first one.
Yeah, me either. It was sort of famous for being popular among fucking edgy Fujoshi women who love like gay people, gay men.
I was gonna watch it, but then Fear said it was good, so I was like, oh.
All right, that's probably a good litmus test. All right, and then there's the third season of Rail Decks, and I've watched all the other seasons of Toro Majutsu no Index, and I'm just not going to bother watching the third season because even though the setting's interesting, the characters are somewhat interesting. Like I know by this point in the novel, it's just going to be like dumb shit, and like Toma is just going to get like an ever expanding harem, and it's just going to be boring and bad. And I just from what I know of the novels and the main all that stuff, like I see no reason to watch the third season because I just don't really like those kind of trashy harem stories. And this is one of those. Sadly, it's sort of like in a setting where it's like a lot of interesting like magic and Esper shit going on. It's like at least kind of a cool setting, and then it just has the most boring, like stupid, like harem story, like terrible writing. And that's just why I'm not going to watch it. I know it might be a little fucking controversial to say it, but are you going to watch it, or have you watched the old Index series, or no?
Nah, I haven't seen none of it.
But
you said it's like harem trash?
It's harem trash. So if you like harem trash, watch Tuaro Majutsu no Index. There's a bunch of seasons. The new season's airing. You'll probably enjoy it. I won't, certainly. Apparently people in chat love Tokyo Ghoul. That's disgusting. Oof. Alright, so there's this one Seishun Buta Yaro wa Bunny Girl Senpai wa Yume no Minai. This one apparently has like all I did was read the synopsis. I'm like, wow, that sounds like fucking shit. Like some sort of bunny girl appears that only a certain male character can see, and this male character helps this girl who's like some sort of mystical bunny girl for some fucking reason. And then I heard like they don't even keep it the gimmick, so like the girl like doesn't even have the bunny outfit on after the first episode, which is hilarious. So it just looked like complete trashy like wish fulfillment romance crap. So I did not into it. Did you watch it?
I couldn't tell what it's gonna be. So the bitch is like some idol singer, and then like when she's not doing that, nobody could see her except for the fucking guy, and nobody likes him in the school. He's like a loser in the school.
Oh yeah, so total wish fulfillment, total just like self-insert garbage.
Yeah. So he's about to be with the singer girl, basically. I can see what's gonna happen.
Interesting. All right, I new JoJo season. I've not watched. I think I've talked about this before. I just have not gotten through the JoJo anime, and I just didn't really find it all that interesting. So I'm not going to watch the new JoJo. And also, the JoJo fan base is fucking insufferable. Have you watched JoJo Faceplay?
I heard it was the BL. So
I mean, it's not BL, but it's like loved by BL lovers. Just because of like the character designs are all like muscly men. But I think it's like more of an action series, but it's just like shitty, insufferable fucking fan base. What is this one? Izurosu Sekai no Ashitakara. Blah blah Descent. So I think this is some sort of school romance anime. Like a mixed cast school romance anime. Usually not my cup of tea, so I didn't bother picking it up. Have you watched this one?
No, I've not seen this.
All right.
I didn't even see it on like.
Who's banning people in chat? Come on. Am I gonna have to get rid of some mod powers here?
Constantine.
Constantine?
Yeah, it was that
guy. All right. Who is retracting these images? I mean, these messages. Is it ANCAP? I'm guessing it might be ANCAP. Let me check if ANCAP's even here. God damn it. No, you're the only mod here in chat. Wait a minute. Who's banning people? Are you banning people? Faceplay?
Me? Nah. Oh yeah, I am the mod. I forget. Nah, I'm not though.
ANCAP is banning us again? Somebody's banning. Well, I mean, if you guys could figure out who it is. I have no fucking clue. Or I'm just gonna gas all the wrenches. And then get it back later. Bye-bye, wrenchies. Okay. There are no more wrenches. Good. And now all the wrenches are triggered. Like, no, our wedges. Oh, man. Wrenches are gay. Yeah, you get your wrench back at the end of the show, and we'll have to, message retracted is when someone deletes their own message.
Oh, like you. Can I get my shit back now? You fucking.
Well, that's what you get for trolling, I guess. Good luck. Wrenches all after the show. They got kanked hard. All right. Then Zombieland Saga. We both watched this one. This one was pretty good. Kind of a deconstruction of the idol genre, as much of a meme as that is. It's basically it tells. It's not really bait and switch because it's only lasts like 90 seconds, and then it switches to the premise, which is there's like zombie girls who are forced to be idols and shit, which is like funny because it's like the idol industry is like bad and they work and they're like kind of soulless and they work them really hard. It's like zombies kind of fit and they're like reanimating various idols from different eras and it was pretty interesting and original and I have good high hopes for it. Hopefully it'll be good. What did you think of the episode?
I liked it. I wish we could have saw like more of the girls, like instead of like the one bitch the whole time, but they just like all showed up at the end. And I'm like, okay. Well, I mean, they was there, but they wasn't there. Senpai.
Hold on, I gotta ban someone from Discord. I've just banned Bobobo for spamming, even though he knows it's not part of the rules to spam images. Sorry, Bobo, you got banned for spamming. My bad. Whoops. Whoopsie daisy. And now they're all gonna be like, wah, and cry and shit. That'll be funny. Anyways, then the one I watched after that was Yagate Kimi ni Naru. It's another melodrama Yuri anime, fucking super serious drama, melodrama anime. And it's going to be just like Citrus with like tons of fucking misunderstandings. And the girls will make out on screen, so if that's what you're there for, that'll happen. Yeah, this season's like really fucking heavy on the Yuri.
Yes, stack season for sure.
Yeah. All right, and then SSS Gridman, or 4 S's is Gridman. So apparently it's like it's a Tokatsu remake mecha show with like CGI mecha battles, but like what I saw of the animation looked really bad. Like the fucking monster and the mecha were just like and the animation was so low budget, I just did not bother watching it. Did you watch it at all? New Trigger anime?
I don't fuck with no mecha anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like mecha, so I was just like, nah. And then like I read the thing and it says like he transformed into like a mecha anime, so it's like a mecha. So I was like, nah.
Interesting. All right. And then there's Kishiku Gakko no Juliet. I downloaded this one. I didn't bother watching it, but apparently like it's kind of weird. So it's like a romance. So there's like the main character who's a like just normal Japanese guy, beta, Chad man. And then there's like Gaijin girl. And they go to like competing schools, and then like in the first episode, they're like romantically involved. And then then it like has misunderstandings and hijinks from like because they have their own harems in their own schools. Like the guy has his own harem, the girl also has like a bunch of people lusting after her, and then there's just like stupid misunderstanding and hijinks. But the sort of the romance was decided in the first episode. So I don't know. I just wasn't in the mood to watch like misunderstanding hijinks anime. But did you watch this one?
No, I never even heard of this one.
Okay.
It was Crunchyroll.
Yeah, I don't use Crunchyroll. I know that's your based black prowling ground of choice. There's apparently Radiant by Studio Lurch. The story follows Seth, a boy who seeks to become a great magician, and a group of witches who seek to travel to Radiant. Radiant is a mythical land that spawns monsters called Nemesis, which fall to the world of the sky, hunted by the Inquisition. It's a story about Seth. Apparently, it sounds like just some random phone game advertisement. I knew nothing about it. I didn't watch it. Did you watch it?
No.
Okay. But hopefully Seth turns out all right in that story. Hope he's okay. That poor guy, Seth. Let's see. Then we have one of the better animes this season, Tonari no Kiketsu-san. Yuri vampire anime, animated by Studio Gokumi, one of my favorite studios, who did Kaniro Mosaic. So it's basically just Kaniro Mosaic, but with vampires instead, which is fine. It's pretty good. It's just going to be cute girls who are also vampires, and there's going to be like funny little situational jokes about being a vampire, and then just like cute girl doing cute things humor. It's just going to be a good watch all the way through. Good, wholesome entertainment. Did you watch this one?
I did. I thought it was pretty good. I don't know about the main character though. She was kind of pushy.
Yeah, it's basically the same as like the main character from Kinuro Mosaic, and she's just going to be very pushy and lesbian the whole time, and it's going to be played for laughs, which is fine. We already talked about Uchi no Maid. All right, Release the Spice. Have you watched this one, John Boy?
I haven't seen. Maybe I should go to a different platform now because I didn't even know about half of these shits that came out.
All right. Well, yeah, I usually torrent my Chinese cartoons, but Release the Spice is so it's a action. It's like How could I describe it? So it's like Saturday morning cartoon action. So like it's unrealistic and just like goofy shit happens. It's like not like grounded at all in reality. And it's a bunch of like high school girl ninjas engaging in operations and also licking each other and being like homoerotic, and like they eat like fucking spice to power up, so they eat like mint and cinnamon and like bay leaf, and they get like extra powers from it or something.
Eat that spinach like Popeye.
Yeah, basically. It's also character designs by the woman who does the mangaka who does Yuri Yuri. So the character designs are pretty on point. And it's written by the guy who wrote Yuki Yuno Ayusha and also Akame ga Kill. So maybe it'll turn randomly edgy at some point, which would be fun as well. I don't know. I think it'll be a good watch, even if it doesn't turn edgy. I like the character designs, and it just seems like a goofy, fun show. Also with anime lesbians, so that's how you know it's good.
Lesbians.
Unbanned bare hands. He broke no rules. I did, long time ago. Codex. Origa Suki Nano wa Imoto Dekido Imoto Janai. So that sounds like another fucking
shit. I don't know about
romance shit. Hold on.
I heard Imoto.
Let me just read. I didn't bother reading. I heard Imoto in the title. I'm like, I'm not gonna bother. I didn't bother reading it. Let's read. Nagami is a beautiful third-year middle school student who has excellent grades and is the student council president. She wrote a novel about a little sister who dotes on her older brother. Wins the light novel award. Older brother is the one who debuts as a proxy light novel author under the pen name. So it's like a sibling thing, and I'm guessing they're going to have sibling romance because that's how that shit works, right? Of course, it's going to be another fucking shitty incest harem anime. Yeah, alright, so there's this one, Kaze ga Tsukio Futeru. It's apparently like a gay running anime about men who run, I think? Marathon runners who are gay men. So I imagine you didn't watch this one.
Yeah, I did not. I seen all guys on the cover and was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah. The next one is Ulysses Giande Arc. So it's apparently like a trashy fucking harem with like a self-insert character who like knows like magical alchemy in the fucking Renaissance age, and then he gets like a harem of all these historical girls and characters and shit. I don't know. It looked like harem trash to me. I didn't pick it up. Did you watch this one?
I did. You know, I like my harem trash.
But you didn't watch it though.
I didn't hear about it.
Yeah, man. You gotta use Anachart, bro. You gotta go on Anachart. Look at all the Chinese cards. All right, let's keep going. We got Tsurune Kazemai Kokugo Kyoto-bu. You know how to play Japanese archery. So it's a gay fujoshi. You know, like a bunch of just high school boys hanging out and being like homoerotic, and they're in an archery club. That's the anime. I have no interest in it. I imagine you did not watch it or even know about it.
Nah.
It's done by Kyoto Animation, KyoAnus. It's gonna have like it's gonna be like free. It's just another shitty fujoshi anime made by KyoAni, or whatever. Second season of Golden Kamuy. I haven't got around to watching the first season of Golden Kamuy, but I heard it was alright. Heard it was good. But I just haven't got around to watching the first season, so that's why I'm not watching the second season. Did you watch Golden Kamuy?
I have not.
Okay. Yeah, so I heard it was like a good like historical action drama series, and the first season's pretty good. I should watch it, so I can watch the second season. All right, so there's this anime Ingress, apparently about like some guy with like mind reading powers, and he like works for the police. And it's like adapting some sort of video game. Who knows? I don't know. I haven't watched it yet. It airs in like a week in some time. I don't know. I think the cover art's mildly interesting. Not like the normal like fan service bait anime cover art. So maybe I'll watch it. Maybe it's just like a normal cop drama. Who knows? Then we have Aka Nasasu Shoujo, or Girl of the Twilight. And so it's a show with it appears to be just like a slice of life show about like a club of girls who are just like fucking edgy occult club who just do goofy shit and hang out, and then they end up actually using like a magical ritual to go to another world, and it's like fantasy action mystery kind of thing going on. Animation's really good. I like the character designs. The story is interesting. It's going to be an original, so I don't know what's going to happen. I'm definitely going to keep up with this one. Have you watched it?
No, have you?
Yes.
Was the first episode good?
Yeah, it was really good. I quite recommend it. I think you like it. What's all the gay shit I'm showing us? I'm showing you all of the anime that are going to air this season, just to get it out of the way, you know? I'm going to do streams like this every fucking season till the end of fucking time. Just talk about every Chinese cartoon. Because why not? Because that's what I do. I'm a fucking Chinese cartoon seasonal watcher. Seasonal faggot. Alright. We got Double Decker Doug and Kirill. I have no fucking clue. It just looks like some sort of like keyword babble, nonsensical synopsis. The designs look kind of gay, so I didn't watch it. It's already on episode 4.
It looked so bad.
Did you watch any of it?
No. Okay. Like, went to the tab and that picture right there looks like shit. And then I went to like some of the screen caps of the episodes and they look terrible too.
Okay, cool. That's what I imagined.
Looked like CG. That's how bad it was. I don't even know if it was or not.
What's Anonymous talking about? Manga is great. Heard the anime is Garbo adaptation. Alright, so there is Inonomaru Zumozu, which is apparently some sort of fucking sumo wrestling show. I imagine has lots of gay undertones. It's an all-guy cast. And it's like some sort of like sports anime about fucking sumo wrestling. Who knows? I don't know. It looks like it would be homoerotic.
It looks gay.
It's gay, yeah.
It looks gay. Look at it.
Yeah, just look at that. Does that look straight to you? Doesn't look straight to me. Alright, then we have Sword to Umi no Ada. So this is we've talked about this one before. It's an anime about like girls fishing in space or whatever the fuck. Like a bunch of girls go to fucking space, and there's like labor laws that got passed that let them now work in like space fishing. But it's like all it is like a shitty mobile game, and they like have to install like an application on their phone to summon gods to like fish in space. It's like fucking retarded. It's complete garbage. And
yeah, I've seen it. Well, hopefully they don't do that no more. And well, because they did like completely fail.
I mean, I'll watch the second episode, and if it
like maybe they'll all be like stuck in school and won't even go fishing no more. Hopefully,
and maybe something will change, but I doubt. I think it's gonna be like complete silly garbage.
Well, I don't know. I enjoyed the ending when they failed and the guy like laughed at them. I fucking almost died.
All right, so for next one we got is Conception. This one, when I read the synopsis for this one, I was like, oh my god, it sounds like the most fucking like the title's fucking Conception. So the synopsis is like there's a high school student who gets finds out at the graduation ceremony that his cousin and childhood friend is pregnant. Immediately, they're taken to a magical world where being invaded by monsters, and the only one who can fight it are children. And the all right, so literally the fucking protagonist has to impregnate a bunch of people because it's the only way they can save the world. It sounds like the most fucking like fucking stupid like hair self-insert trash I've ever heard. Yeah, Conception, like literal. Like the protagonist literally has to put babies in all these girls just so they can have children that are like magically empowered to save the world.
if he must save the world, I mean, come on.
I think Abe is going a little deep on the fucking the fucking reproduce propaganda. This one's a little out there, I think. Yeah. So let's scroll past that one. Here's one I watched today, Gaikotsu Shotenin Honda-san. So it's just a 13-minute, 12-minute episode of a bookstore comedy. So it's like a working comedy set in a bookstore. And it's like all of the employees of the bookstore have like goofy horror motifs instead of actually being people. And so the main character is like a skeleton. He's literally just like a skeleton wearing clothing, and he helps out people in the bookstore. And that's it. It's like played straight. That no one asks him why he's a skeleton. He just helps people in the bookstore, and he makes fun of like Fujoshi and like nerds and stuff. And it's like just 12 minutes of fucking Japanese comedy. It was all right. I'll probably continue watching it, but yeah, kind of bizarre. Why are most of the seasonal anime unironically gay, pedo, incest? Japanese animators are degenerate? Yeah, that's pretty true. All right, so I have this show marked as, at least watch it. So some guy lands his dream job as being the Demon King, lands his dream job with the Demon King, but then it turns out that Demon King is not quite what he expected. So it has like a bunch of cute girls on the cover. Whatever, I'll check it out, see if it's garbage or not. Stuff about Beelzebub. Japanese love using their fucking demons. Love using those Christian demons in anime. There's Ace Attorney, Season 2. I haven't watched Ace Attorney anime. I figured if I was ever going to go through Ace Attorney, I'd just go play the game, so I haven't bothered watching the anime.
I haven't seen that either.
Alright. There's Karakuri Circus, which is like some weird shit about like a guy saving some woman from like evil wooden puppets and like getting a superpowered wooden puppet himself. Like I read the synopsis and it was just complete fucking nonsense malarkey and looks like some sort of like JoJo-esque, like over the top combat Chinese cartoon. I'm just not like a fan of those sorts of things, so I just didn't really. It's not out yet, the anime. I just didn't really put it on my list. Yeah, something like that. I don't fucking.
Like Zatch Bell or some shit.
Yeah, it's like Zatch Bell, but also JoJo. When I read the synopsis, it's like fucking mixture of Zatch Bell and JoJo. Okay, I don't know what the fuck that's about. Story of this one also another one I watched today, also by Doga Kabo. They're doing 2 anime this season, pretty based in Red Pill. Just story, moe blobs, cheerleading, just your average cute girls doing cute things. Kirara manga adaptation, and the main character's kawaii, and they go around and they're just like fucking retarded and do stupid shit, and it's funny. Just another wholesome entertainment show. Japanese cute girl doing cute things comedy. I recommend it for any fan of that. Kind of boring if you're not a fan of that. Did you watch it or no?
No, I didn't hear this one.
Okay. Don't watch the AA anime. It's trash and a disservice to the series. Okay. So then there's some gay shit. I'm not even gonna read the title. Just looks. I just looked at that fucking picture. I'm like, oh, that's some gay shit. Just look at those men hugging each other with their fucking flowy coats and their big fucking neck bones and their giant hands. Yeah, that's fucking.
Yeah, you look gay as shit.
All right, there's a Gakuen Basara, which is apparently based off of some sort of Capcom game. I've never heard of Gakuen Basara, so I don't know. Whatever.
Can you give me a link to this website? Nobody gave me the link.
All right, I'll put the link in chat. There you go. Oh, are you in the YouTube chat or no? I imagine you still.
Yeah, you're still in the chat. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what that series is about. It looks like whatever. I haven't watched it. Haven't heard anything about it. Maybe I'll watch it if people recommend it to me. But whatever. There's another show. It hasn't aired yet. Merc Storia. Muki Ryokyo no Shonen to Binyo Naka no Shoujo. So apparently it's like a game adaptation, so I imagine it's adapting a mobile game. And it's about a guy who like tames monsters and has to like collect power to restore his friend who's trapped in a bottle or something. So, like, I don't know, it seemed like an unoffensive synopsis. Doesn't seem like overly trashy. Maybe it'll be a fun little fantasy story. I'll check it out when it comes out in 3. When is Base Black going to talk about politics or his lack of knowledge? When we're done going over all the Chinese cartoons.
Or my lack of knowledge? Wow.
His knack of knowledge? Yeah. Exactly. Alright, so Senran Kagura, I know that's like some sort of fucking Dynasty Warriors. Yeah, like Dynasty Warriors with cute girls rip off with like a nonsensical ecchi plot, and then apparently there's like another season of it. And I just whatever. I'm not like a big fan of ecchi. I don't watch anime that jerk off, so I don't watch this one. I imagine you watch this one though. Don't play.
I played the game.
Oh, okay. Didn't watch the anime. All right. There's some other Chinese cartoon airing based off of the video game, probably adapting another mobile game. I tend to check out the mobile game adaptations. Hangaku Say Million Arthur by JC Staff. If the mobile game adaptations, if the staff are having fun, they'll make it interesting. It'll be kind of original and interesting. But sometimes they're also just complete trash. So I'll check this one out. It'll probably turn out being bad, but I'll give all the mobile game adaptations a chance, unless they're gay like the next. So the next one is Bakumatsu, and I can already tell from all the character designs, it's like all males, all gay shit. It's made for females. I don't need to pick that one up. Then there's some Chinese anime, like literal Chinese cartoons. Ken and Ken Aoki Kageyaki is some sort of Chinese fucking RPG getting an anime. And I just don't watch Chinese cartoons. Like the Chinese, they usually have a bad track record when it comes to this sort of stuff. So I don't watch it, even if it's adapted by Japanese companies. And there's another one, Li Shenzhen, another Chinese anime. I just don't watch them. But the one Chinese thing I will watch, and this is not from China but Taiwan, Taiwan #1, Thunderbolt Fantasy 2. Thunderbolt Fantasy is a fucking blast. Urabachi went and made like a fucking puppet show, and it has like all these practical effects and like this amazing cinematography and shit, and like all these tiny little practical props. It's honestly, if you have any fucking modicum of fun in your body, go watch Thunderbolt Fantasy Season 1. You'll really enjoy it. And Thunderbolt Fantasy Season 2 will also be enjoyable. I much liked the first episode. It lived up to expectations. Thunderbolt Fantasy is really good, even though it's technically not an anime.
Yeah, I like it.
All right. Then we have some other shit I'm not going to watch. Second season of some other... I think this is like some Fist of the North Star thing. Like some sequel adaptation. I just haven't watched enough of it to watch it. There's a baseball anime I'm not watching. There's whatever the fuck this thing is. New series centered on a team of 11 characters. I have no fucking clue. It sounds like complete malarkey. There's a kids anime and another kids anime. Okay. And then besides that, I'm just going to be watching the rest of Manager Tonegawa. And then we'll go over the shorts real quickly. Just the ones I'm watching. Hamote House aired today, pretty good. Made by the guy who did GDGD Fairies and Tessagure, so if you're into that shit, which I very much am. Another 3D comedy anime with improv, very good. Recommend that one. And there's some other shorts I'll check out. Pingu in the City, definitely. Pingu is obviously fucking Kino. Okay, I think we covered all of it. Covered all the fucking Chinese cartoons airing this season. Pretty good season. Heavily Yuri stacked, like 7 Yuri shows or something ridiculous. Pretty good. All right, let me close out of this.
It is pretty stacked.
Pretty stacked. Okay. All right, so back to the normal layout of the. All right, we're just fucking Anon the week. Okay. So, how you been doing, Bass Black?
I'm doing pretty good.
The thing is, you don't really have any political opinions, really. So you can't really talk about politics for very long. Yeah, kind of an oof. I guess I'll open up a slot in the voice chat, and there'll probably be some shitposter who wants to come on. Whatever. All right. Interesting. Unban Bobo or else. Well, Bobo can be banned for a while because he spammed and he knows I don't accept spam. So, like literally you can post whatever the fuck, just don't post porn and spam. That's all. Like, you could post a crow meme, just don't post 40 crow memes. If you spam on a board, you're gonna get banned too. Oh, hey ABC, what are you joining the chat for?
I don't know, dude.
You don't know, dude? All right. I bullied him out. Oh no! All right, so ABC Def joined and I bullied him and he left. Nice.
Wait, that was you just like asked him what was up?
I guess I just said why was he here, and then he like left in shame. Bullied. No porn, no spam. So much for free speech. Yeah, indeed. That's exactly right, Moody Juice. I mean, you're welcome to have your other server. I'm not gonna like flag your server for having porn and spam on it. I just don't want it on my server.
Hey, I have a question for Base Black, a political one.
Okay.
Alright, shoot Uspen.
Alright, so if the US becomes a white ethno state and you're allowed to stay, but you have to either castrate yourself or not have any children, would you stay?
Yeah, I just want to have children. What?
Base Black already plans on not having children, so this is not even a question to him, Uspen.
Oh, my bad, I didn't know
If I have
that.
children, it's gonna have to be like fucking little mutt children. It's gonna be terrible for them.
Yeah, I feel you.
Alright, so you were trying to BTFO Base Black, Uspen, but you failed.
No, I was just
yeah,
interested.
why would I leave? Because I can't have kids? Like what?
Well, if you'd like to have kids, or if you like to have your reproduction system intact, then you would leave, yeah?
But he'd rather just live in white man society and get all the things he wants, you know?
Yeah.
I enjoy my Disney bets.
Yeah, but not everyone thinks like that. I mean, some people like to. What happens when they cut off your balls? Do you lose all sex drive and everything? I think you might.
Well, you don't think you lose all sex drive, but I would imagine you lose most of it. I'm a eunuch. I mean, I have to go look up like fucking some sort of autobiography from a eunuch. I've not read any. They haven't done any ball cutting in modern times, really. So,
and I don't know if they would go that far, but in my assumption, yeah.
I don't know. During the tranny surgery, do you know this, Osmond? If did they like get rid of the balls entirely? Like
yeah, true. Probably, yeah.
I thought they usually tuck them inside somewhere, but I thought that maybe they get rid of them.
Can they do that? I mean, it has to have a hole in there too.
Yeah, I imagine they probably just get rid of them, and then they don't have any testes anymore or ability to reproduce, which would make sense.
Yeah.
Ethical ball cutting, yeah, that's exactly what the tranny fucking surgery is these days. Ethical fucking self-mutilation ball cutting.
That's gross.
Yeah, I like honestly, no fucking stupid lip cuck NPC should be able to talk about trannies without watching the video in full, the surgery in full. I should be able to pull up the fucking surgery on my phone, show it to them, and they'd be like, "Oh my god, I just hate trannies." Ozpin is way louder than Jeff. Yeah, hold on.
Just lower me.
Okay.
Test.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I did have you turned up a bit. Okay. Should be all right now.
Okay. I don't have any more questions, but it doesn't look like anyone else wants to get on, so I'll just stay here.
So is that what I'm gonna do? Just let me answer the people's questions.
Well, I mean, you were like requested by people in my Discord, so I guess that's what they wanted. They want to ask you questions about being a black person.
Who, me?
Well, you guys can ask your questions.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I already asked mine.
Yeah. Well, so chat. I know you guys don't interact with black people very often. What are your questions for Base Black Man? I kind of know him too well to have it like they go through the ringer of like talking about his life and shit. So it's more based off of what you guys want to know.
Have you found any fellow black men who like anime too? Like in real life, not on the internet. On the internet,
no.
Yeah, that's a rarity.
This is mainstream anime, just like Dragon Ball Z, but that shit doesn't count, you
know. Yeah, it doesn't count.
All right, so ask him if he likes white women. I already know the answer. He only prefers white women. He hates black women. He's like Uncle Ruckus.
Yeah, black bitches are gross.
Nice.
Like
Base.
cocoa butter.
All right. What's your preferred malt liquor brand?
I don't drink malt liquor.
Yeah, he doesn't even drink malt liquor. He's like a weeaboo. What's your least favorite thing about white people?
Gentrification.
Is that your answer, Osman? Because you're not white.
No, I don't hate white people. I love what I mean. I'm 80%
I would
white.
say white guilt.
White guilt? That's a woke answer. You're basically the base black from that fucking comic, where everyone starts like worshiping the base black guy. For having like, if you said that answer around a bunch of like Ben Shapiro watchers, they'd be like, "Oh my god, you're based."
Who the fuck is Ben Shapiro?
Some Jew who like neocon for like conservatives. Don't worry about it. Why does he have shit taste in Chinese cartoons? Well, Felix, that's because he's black.
Wait,
I mean, he has okay taste.
I would say trash, not shit. Like what?
He'll watch trashy Chinese cartoons, but he also appreciates good ones. So like his favorite anime is Hoseki no Kuni, and that's a really good one.
If you don't watch all the shitty ones, you won't really appreciate the good ones, you know.
All right. Someone asks, why are you so ashy on your elbows? Someone asks, how does it feel to be less of a human?
Well, it actually feels better because I get like hella free shit for like zero reason.
It's true, right? Yeah, Base Black here has had basically his entire life very rich quality of life paid for by the state in some capacity, and he enjoys a very nice, comfortable life.
Yes, to this day, actually, I still enjoy this life.
Yeah,
I believe there is being research also on the happiness of non-whites, and non-whites are usually happier, have more dopamine, whatever the fuck.
but non-whites are happier than whites or something.
Yes.
Genetically speaking.
Chemical balance.
Chemically speaking. Balanced chemicals.
You know how these researches how this research is done. They just poll a wide variety of people, and it just comes out that black answer more favorably, or they answer that they're more happy overall.
Yeah. Did he ever teach me to dance? No.
School days was okay. It was just like, well, it was kind of spoiled for me, so niggas already told me that bitch kills everybody.
Yeah, so he got spoiled on it, but he thought it was alright. White people are too emo? Is that what you're saying, Osman?
Yeah. I mean, you have white guilt to speak about.
That might just be the Anglo gene. Well, I mean, I guess that's not true, because like all the Krauts and all the other people are fucking like self-cuckish too. So it's probably, you're right. There's sort of like self-cuck gene somewhere in there.
Yeah, there's self-cuck. There's also, just correlation with high IQ and sadness. I mean,
that's true.
So just by virtue of having higher IQ,
the East Asians have high suicide rates, and societal also the same issue with their IQ. So I guess it makes sense. Does he like black people with tails? Extravaganza. That is.
Yeah, what does that mean? Please elaborate.
Do you use the brown paper bag test? I don't know what that is either. I imagine Base Black also does not know what the brown paper bag test is referring to.
It sounds like...
I guess you compare the girl with a brown paper bag.
Alright, so I'll ask some questions that'll entertain the chat. What was your favorite thing about prison and your least favorite thing about prison?
Wait, time out. I never went to prison.
Oh, okay. Jail. Okay, jail. Yeah, you're right. Jail.
We established that there's a difference between jail and prison.
Yep.
Yes.
Jail wasn't that bad. Like, I just like slept all day and woke up to eat and then sleep. That's all you do in jail. And I played Connect 4.
Why was he in jail? Really stupid story. Just weed and probation, though. Sum it up.
Yeah.
weed and probation, and being high while going to your PO.
Well, I didn't think. Well, he never drug tested me, so I didn't think. They told me they was like, "Hey, don't smoke weed." And
I didn't do nothing.
I was like, "Nah, nigga, I'm smoking. I'm going."
Yeah. What do you think about hoteps? So, like the black nationalist people who want to like worship Egypt and shit.
Oh, the weed was kings.
Yeah, the weed was kings.
Melanin. Melanin is the most expensive substance on Earth.
It's funny. Like yeah, I don't think anybody takes him serious. It's just like funny to me.
Do you know any black furries?
Do not.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, wait, hey. Well, okay, fine. I'll spare you today, but I'll just say it was a phase. Is his dad in prison? No.
My dad's in the military.
All based.
Well, was retired.
His skin is darker than a brown paper bag. He's very dark. Not the darkest nigga I know, but one of the darkest. You are outdone by another nigga in our team speak. And even you would admit this, right?
Yeah, the nigga's dark.
Can white people say nigger?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't bother me. It's a word.
Yeah. Do you have fun trolling other black people about racism?
I do it all the time. I pretend to be like a white guy. I'm calling niggers, and they get like so upset. It's like hilarious.
Is he DBZ levels or just Naruto levels of Negro? I don't know what you mean by this.
Yeah, what does that mean? I mean, I did. Naruto was my fucking gateway anime.
Well, basically, when we first met, when my community first met Base Black, he was very full Negro, but I think we've kind of whitewashed him over time, and turned him into a more respectable person. Like he was like really high on Xanny and listened to rap music and would just mumble rap lyrics for like half his sentences and shit like that. And so I think we've reformed him. We've proven that environment is greater than race. I hope you're on live chat. I am.
I was kind of a degenerate.
I mean, a lot of people.
I kind of am, but you know, I go to school now, so it's okay.
Yeah, that's I guess true. He has literally no political opinions, not even normie ones. Well, I mean, his political opinions basically just mirror those of the people he hangs out with online. So he is skeptical of Jewish people, doesn't really care that much about it. Describe some of your political opinions. I know you don't really have them.
I mean, to be honest, I don't really even care. It doesn't affect my life. I'm still getting this money.
Since he's the elite, he doesn't have to care about politics. He already gets money for free. He's already like a god king. Like it doesn't matter to him. He's already won.
I don't know. I couldn't tell. I mean, maybe because I wasn't living on my own yet, but I couldn't tell the difference between each president that's happened. Like I don't know how many he's been passed since I've been alive, but I couldn't tell the difference between each different one while there was in office.
Would you be okay with slavery if you got to be a free black man of slaves?
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Do you prefer indica or sativa for weed?
I don't remember what each of them does, but I like
upper or down?
Yeah, the upper one.
Okay, that's what I imagined.
I like to go do stuff. I don't like to just sit there and sleep.
Studies show that young introductions to weed have a high correlation of becoming homosexual. What is your response to that?
I'm not gay, so.
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Yeah, pretty sure.
All right.
Loki. Talking about Loki from fucking.
No, John.
Marvel.
No, John Block.
Block. It looks like LOKI to me.
Well, that's sort of the meme.
That's
for
a meme.
John Locke.
I don't know who that is.
That's the correct answer for a black person.
Well, who is he?
Oh, he's an English philosopher who's whose liberal ideas sort of became the founding of democracy in America, and then like modern liberal thought. He's like the original liberal thinker. Or what the fuck.
Yeah, well, how the fuck was I supposed to know that shit?
I don't know. You went. I guess you didn't. Yeah, you didn't go to real college for too long, so. Yeah, you wouldn't. Low key is low key the best. He wasn't English, he was French? No, Locke is fucking English, idiot. Shut the fuck ABC Def, what do you know? He is born and bred English. Anglican.
Hold on, let me go get a drink real quick.
Alright, so Base Black's getting up to get a drink. I guess I'll open up one more slot, although I think there's just a lot of shit posting going on in my VC earlier, and then everyone got tired and left. Not too many people left. Reading Discord for a bit. I was busy doing the show. Alright, so yeah, but only Bobobo was spamming. Oh yeah.
Free Bobobo.
Rip Bobobo. I mean, I'll ban him sometime, but you know. You spam, you get hit with the bat.
Actually, I asked him to spam, kinda.
Mock ready, I got questions for black guy being I lived in black neighborhood my whole life. Alright, well, I mean, Edgy Boy, you can just type them. Because you're probably too drunk to get your microphone working. Yeah. Fuck you, I thought he was French. Why would you think he's French? Edgy Boy was screaming about something, it hurt your ears, and so you left VC. Alright. She. Fucking WoW is so boring.
Did you raid yet?
Have I raided yet? No, because I just don't care about the raid lore. I've told you this before. Like, it's so boring. Like, troll aesthetic. Just like this boring golden temple. Like, I don't care. I don't want to kill Gahoon.
You should do one of the easy mode raids at least, because they're funny.
They're funny? Yeah,
people fuck up too much.
I guess I could do like a stream where I join like a random pug raid. And tank it. But I would have to go watch like video. That's the thing, right? Because I'm playing tank, so I actually have responsibility when I play the game. And so I'd have to go like I'd have to go actually watch videos about what to do in each fight. If I was gonna do a full clear of Voldir.
Just switch to DPS and do tank DPS. No one will notice.
Just, like, run in there.
I mean, my DPS will be like shit.
Yeah, but that's fine. Maybe you'll get kicked too, because that's funny.
I guess that would be funny. I kind of want to learn how to tank a raid, so I would sit down one day if that's the main reason also, besides like not caring about the lore, because I'd have to literally sit down and learn every fight how to tank it.
Yeah, that's annoying.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you could do an LFR kind of, but not really, because like nothing does any damage in LFRs.
Yeah.
Asked about his thoughts, or ask about your thoughts on the civil rights movement and people like Martin Luther King. Base Black.
I mean, he wasn't really wrong.
He wasn't really wrong.
He was wrong about the whole religion part, though. You know, God's not real. But
yeah, Base Black is a fedora tipper.
Tips.
This is a fedora tipper stream. But
I just say, even though they're not equal, you should still treat them as equal, so niggas know. Okay, wait, we can't do this shit. And then you know, because you know you can't really try to force them to do some shit and they like without proof. So like once niggas know they're not shit.
All right. Do you know about Malcolm X?
I know he was like a black Muslim.
And that's not based at all?
I mean, no. Why would you want to be a Muslim?
True. Exactly. Well said. Thoughts on black Israelites? So the guys who say that's right and like bully Jews in the streets and say they're the real
That's
Jews.
Right, white boy. That's right. That's funny. They had to stick around to keep messing with the goyim.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I think they're
like the niggas, the ones in New York who pretend like they're Jews and like, no, we're Jews.
Yeah, those guys.
Yeah. I mean, they're dumb, but it's funny to watch them.
Can I open up another slot? Sure, ABC.
What did Malcolm X even do?
He was like an edgelord and said like black people should move out of America or they should arm themselves and like defend themselves from like white aggression and shit. He was like basically edgy.
Oh, he said fight or flight.
What's your opinion on O.J. Simpson?
Whether he did it, he definitely did it.
But he didn't do nothing?
That nigga definitely did that shit.
That's true. Yeah, basically everyone believes that one. Opened up a slot, nobody joins. Well,
It's for edgy boy.
But you know, it had to happen. You know, that way, whenever a white person gets off when they obviously killed the nigga, we can just pull OJ out your ass, and then like, what nigga can say then? So you know, he should have went free. It's kind of unnecessary, even because he still kind of went to jail anyway for some other shit. So it's like, we let one of you niggas go free for killing a white person, but the nigga still went to jail. Now we just about to kill you niggas.
Yeah, I guess so. But I mean, like, he did get off relatively lightly, considering he fucking murked a bitch.
Didn't he double? Did he kill 2 niggas?
Yeah, I thought he did.
Killed 2. What do you mean?
O.J. Simpson is the hero we needed, not the hero we deserved. Oh, shit. So what are some other black figures in public? What do you think of Obama?
You bitch ass yellow nigga.
All right. Well,
he's not even black. He's not even black.
All right. Tell the audience because they don't know. Tell them about yellow. What's the difference between niggas and yellow niggas?
Yellow niggas, they want to be black, but they're not black. They're like halfies. They're like mixers of like white people and black people.
And what are some of the problems yellow niggas have?
Yellow niggas have lots of problems.
Just name a few. I know that there's a lot you can name.
I don't know. There's like a site for store eyes. You know, there's just like don't want to see them. They don't fit in anywhere. And then they like try to culture appropriate both cultures. Like one day they want to be black, and then like they want to be white.
I've literally witnessed that firsthand. Yes.
Yeah, they hang out with white people. They act white. They hang out with white people. They're black. It's just like, nigga, why don't you just like be yourself all
the time? Yeah, and so basically, just like any mixed person, they don't fit in. And the real black people, the darker than a paper bag people, the brown paper bag test, they despise yellow niggas. They think they're traitors.
Hmm.
Yeah, if there was a race war, I don't think black people wouldn't be able to trust yellow niggas.
Because yellow niggas could side if either whites or blacks. And actually, did you know that there's historical precedent for this? So there was race war in like the Dominican Republic. So like the Dominican Republic like broke down, and like all the different racial parties in the Dominican Republic started.
Well, you guys are racist.
Yeah. And the yellow niggas, like they were split between the two factions. Like half of them fought for white people, and then half of them fought for the black people. So the yellow niggas ended up in between when the race war happened.
That's stupid. Why would you fight on the black side? You should definitely go to the white side. I think that's why I hate yellow niggas so much too, because they are like half white. They do got part of that greatness. Even if it is muddy, they still have a piece.
All right, so Edgy Boy's joined. What did you have questions for Mr. Blackman here? Edgy Boy, are you like having a coma right now? What's going on?
Microphone issues again.
I literally told him that he was too drunk to use his mic, and lo and behold, at least Leo left and is going off to do his homework. Finally, or maybe he went to bed.
I think it's because he fixed it on Hangouts, but then he broke it here. Now he has to revert that.
God.
Dude, fuck you guys.
Hey.
Edgy Boomer J.
The boomer has spoken.
All right, what did you want to say?
No, my real question is like I grew up in a Hispanic and black neighborhood in New York, in Queens. And my real question is like, what the fuck do you people have wrong with fucking white people? Like, why are we the fucking biggest devils on the fucking planet for no fucking reason?
I think black people just like to play the victim. And, need to pick a target. Why not pick a target that everybody can hate, they just can't pick a random race. It has to be the race of power.
Or really, what power do we have with the government that we have?
What?
What power?
What perceived power do white people actually really have in the government that we currently have?
All right, so for black people, like anybody with white skin is a white person. So like a Jew is a white person to a black person, and it's no clue that Jews run everything. So.
Just because some fucking long-nosed motherfucker runs some shit, like I have some, like you gotta remember, like I come from an extremely, extremely poor background, and like I never did nothing wrong to nobody in the long run. The only thing I ever did was a couple times a couple black people tried to fist fight me and I called them a nigger to their face. That's like probably the worst thing I could think of that I've ever done.
I don't think white people did anything wrong. It's just black people playing the victim.
But yeah, he hit the nail on the head. Basically, black people are too dumb to know that the real enemy is Jewish people. And so they misdirect their hatred.
Yeah.
Only they knew.
Dude, just wait till the fucking Jewish robots come around and take everybody's fucking foreskin, and then y'all be crying.
I wonder, I guess, do black people circumcise? I think it's like a white people thing, right? Or like white Christians circumcise themselves?
Good question. I don't know.
I'm circumcised.
Oof.
The Jew got me.
Damn. So it is pretty common among blacks, then, I would imagine.
Yeah, I think pretty sure it is.
Feels bad.
Wait, so all you guys are circumcised?
Yeah, pretty sure, yeah.
Yeah, y'all should be marched into the gas chamber. Fuck circumcised people. You have no worth to this world.
Alright, but you could get a...
That was a joke.
That's the trick, though, Edgy, is that we could unite black people on everyone being circumcised and finally overthrow the Judah.
Based.
Like they cut your penis. Aren't you upset about that?
Yeah, a little upset, right? A little upsetting. A little snip snip and a little suck suck by the rabbi.
Little herpes.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm 100% natural, so I'm all good.
They stole your melanin tips. Oof. The black girls love that turtle to be chopped. They're infiltrated. Oh no. Reclaim your foreskin.
Wait, yeah. Is there a surgery to get your foreskin? I mean, I imagine not.
There is. There is a sort of a process you can undergo to try to recover your foreskin, but it's not very clean. Like you basically stretch your skin out with like over like a
Let's
period of a year or so.
Does the Jew still have my foreskin like somewhere in a box?
No, usually
Dude, that nigga
sold.
fucking dried that shit out and ate it like potato chips, my dude.
Usually it gets sold to cosmetic companies who use it in body creams. They just collect all the babby foreskin and then sell it.
Is it like a tracking number of my shit? Can I like track down my foreskin?
No, it's long been like rubbed into somebody's skin. Yeah. We had a funny guy on BYR way back, Gregory Malchuk, who was trying to crusade against circumcision and wanted to like get microphones and go to like schools and yell at people and yell at boys that they're circumcised and their parents should be ashamed.
Dude, I've been saying that the only way to take YouTubers serious is if they show their foreskin on stream.
What the fuck?
All right. You got to be uncut to be a person.
That's what I'm saying, my dude.
I don't know. I think Gregory Malchuk is like out of all the stupid autists we've interviewed on the internet, like he's like the only one who had any fucking chance to enact some change. I think, like Joaquin and TRS, they're not gonna do shit. Fucking Donga, nah. Like half the people we talk to, if they're stupid ideologies, no. Gregory Malchuk, he'll do something. He's like autistically obsessed. He's gonna run out there with a megaphone. He's gonna yell at children at a soccer game that their penis has been cut and their parents should be ashamed.
Dude, YFW when I run out to a fucking middle school and tell everybody that they've been conned by the Jews.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it would be hilarious if I like even if he gets arrested then whatever. Like I imagine he would get arrested. Like they would put immense pressure on him. It wouldn't be like
they have like trainees come to schools and talk to kids about their penis all the time. What's the difference?
Because you can't say bad things about Jewish things. All right, Place Black. If you say a bad thing about a Jewish thing, then you're on the evil side.
Mm.
So if you start talking about circumcision being bad, oh no, the police will have to step in. But I mean, like maybe they'll get away with it. If the Westboro Baptist Church gets away with it, I guess maybe the Gregory Malchuk could too. Oh, take off your pants, child. You can see if you're pure. Ugh. Penis inspection day, literally, for YouTubers. I don't know about that. It sounds a little too edgy.
Wait, have you guys addressed the Naruto question yet?
Is Naruto good or bad, Base Black?
I like it. But then again, it's my nostalgic gateway anime, so I mean...
Naruto is a gateway anime of the worst kind. But I see where you're coming from. Like the first seasons are fine, except for some filler. Shippuden's fucking garbo. The movies and like the later Shippuden is like complete trash. But I mean, like, yeah, you're right. Like, there's parts of it that are fine, watchable, and interesting. But it's definitely not overall any good. But this nigga watches Boruto, so I don't think he.
Ooh.
This nigga's continuing
Boruto
to keep up with it.
I tried, but it's like.
Wait, have you stopped watching Boruto?
I have.
Oh wow, really? I didn't expect that.
I stop, and then whenever there's like a fight that happens, I come and watch the fight, and then I don't watch nothing else.
I watched a little bit at the end of that Chunin exam. After the tournament, Boruto cheats, and then Naruto scolds him and shit. But I watched that just to see what the fuck was that. I don't know. It's a shitty anime. Yeah, they just recycled all the characters. Just try to cash in more.
Might watch Naruto a few times to pick up on the hidden plot lines. That's pretty red-pilled, Moody.
I don't know, man. I couldn't watch it because it was too black for me.
Too black, I guess.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Oh, it just seems like some stereotypical shit some black guy would watch. You know what I mean?
Boruto's
I don't think so. There's like no man in charge holding people down. I don't think so.
Well, actually, Naruto doesn't have a dad.
Point.
Naruto doesn't have a dad, and he beats up people, and he's like angry all the time. So I guess it is. Who is your waifu based black?
Motoko.
Yeah, so Motoko from fucking Ghost in the Shell. So take that for what you will. Wherever that fucking lands somebody on the sexual spectrum.
I mean, I thought Ghost in the Shell was dope.
Yeah. But did you want to make a wife out of that robot autist woman?
Nah, Lukoa from Dragon Maid, 100%.
Lukoa from Dragon Maid.
I don't work. Which one is that?
The tit one. The tit monster.
Ew, Opie monster?
She's not even a character. She's literally just a caricature, a walking pair of tits. But apparently that is Edgy Boy's wife.
I'm cool with that.
He doesn't even do anything in the anime.
Somebody in chat also has that waifu. Face black. Feels bad.
They're gross. What does she do? She does nothing.
That's true. No, but
like,
I mean,
what notable,
she has big tits.
What notable change did she have on the environment around her? Like, what does she do for the universe that she's in?
She's got big tits, and she's a suspected succubus.
Right. Didn't even help the homie out when the homie was getting grounded and shit. Just was like, oh, I know what's happening, but I'm just gonna keep acting like I don't know. Like what?
I think Base Black has not watched even
Dude,
Jelly,
really?
so he can't answer that question. Zero. Your wife is shut here from Florida.
Yeah, like what?
I like your Naruto posting. Very well done. Let's see. Naruto is literally just, whoa, man, isn't technology cool? Technology is cool. So what this is like? Is there more advanced ninja technology in Naruto or something?
Yeah, the Naruto's son cheated the tournament with it.
It cheated? Somehow did he cheat?
It's like a bracelet. You put some. It's like, actually, now that I think about it, it's probably like copied from Ruby, because they have these little pills, and you put them on the weapons or the bracelet, and you shoot out like all the techniques you want.
Alright, so it's just like fucking hacks, basically.
Yeah.
Nice. And then Naruto's like, that's dishonorable, son. You can't use that. Wah.
Yeah, and he won the tournament with it, so he got scolded in the end.
What did Hinata think of it, though?
I think she was just at home cooking.
Oh. It's like she doesn't even show up and give her opinion on things anymore. She's just like.
I mean, she was there. She just like had this head-eye, and then she said in her head, "Oh, Boruto." That was pretty much it.
Oh, Boruto. So yeah, I guess that's what happens when a character actually gets waifu zoned. They stop being a real character. Feels bad for Hinata. But I guess she won, so like she can't complain, right?
Yeah.
She won the harem in the end. Well, I guess Naruto never really had a harem.
It was never really a harem. Yeah, everybody was just, most of the time was like, fuck that nigga.
Yeah, but Sakura was like a fucking flip-floppy bitch, though. And it was like,
she never liked Naruto. She was just faking Jax.
That's what I mean. She was always faking Jax, and it was purely, she would only ever be faking Jax because the author wanted to make it interesting.
Yeah.
That's literally it.
Making it seem like there's a competition going on, a triangle, but there wasn't.
There was no triangle. Only fucking gay boy Sasuke. like edgelord who apparently is still a good guy, even though he like murdered a bunch of people and like joined like an evil terrorist organization.
I mean, that's kind of realistic. Let's be real, because some of the serial killers they get love letters.
Sasuke was
You know.
badass. I liked Sasuke.
I mean, that people like love him is fine, but I mean the fact that he's like that like Naruto becomes like what, like the head ninja or whatever, the Hokage. He's like,
Oh yeah, at that point, yeah, at that
Sosuke
point.
can come back now. Tear away Sosuke. Hey, come back, friend.
Yeah, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it went off kind of the premise that, you know, the nigga did kind of just save the world. Like, you know, like, all you niggas would be dead without me. So, I mean, like, you know, how you can say I can't be free in the world that I just saved type thing.
So, like, if fucking there was a meteor and Osama bin Laden blew it up, then we had to, like, pardon Osama bin Laden.
Sure. I don't know.
That's a tough question.
That's basically what happened to Naruto. So think about it.
Yeah, but Naruto was Hokage, so I mean, there is a legal vehicle there. He can pardon people.
I mean, yeah, but should the president, if similar situation in real life, Osama bin Laden like saves the world, he like there's like a virus that's gonna kill the world, and Osama bin Laden like develops the cure and releases it.
Obama would pardon that shit.
Obama would pardon him?
Yeah.
But do you mean? I'm not saying.
Yo, fuck Obama.
I'm saying, would you do it?
Oh, I wouldn't.
You wouldn't. So if you were Naruto in his situation, you would like have Sasuke executed.
Well, that's not the same thing, because Sasuke was also his friend, and he has those deep feelings for Sasuke too.
Well, how do you know Obama didn't have deep feelings for Osama bin Laden?
Right, he might. I don't know if.
How are you?
Right,
how do you know?
Nah. Fuck you, Ozpin, dude. He should be executed. Fuck that nigga.
Yeah. I wouldn't have those deep feelings to begin with, so I would execute.
Alright, yeah. So you're autistic, so you would execute Sasuke. I get it.
Yeah.
Sasuke's arc is not fun. I was just a really edgy boy. It's all cool now. Yeah, it's basically, it's not even an arc. It's just I didn't do nothing basically. Drunk edgy is terrible.
All
yeah.
right, well, I don't know. If there was like an attack from like an outsource and you need the nigga alive to help defend the planet, I mean, you kind of can't execute the nigga.
Well, I mean,
That's like
after the fact, or at least not let him back in society.
You can't say meteor, all right? You have to say like alien attack, all right? That's where more like you have to go.
But he's also a risk, because I mean, he's that powerful. He can also just fuck the village whenever he wants to. You know. Yeah.
What happens when some other shit comes back?
Yeah, what if Sasuke just randomly turns edgy again and like murders half of Leaf Village?
Yeah, like his brother.
Hilarious.
That's probably gonna happen in Boruto at some point to like make drama happen. People are like, "Oh no, Sasuke's back to being evil again."
When they run out of villains.
Sasuke will be like Orochimaru. He'll just be like starting random shit. Bored again. The writing in Naruto is so old.
Yeah.
Ask Edgy why he gave up on not drinking. True, Edgy. Why did you give up on not drinking? Edgy boy.
Nah, I mean, I'm still on that. I just tonight, bro, like the past week and all the shit that's been going on, dude, I'm drinking.
Interesting. Okay, so you're stressed out, so you've relapsed. I get it.
Well, yeah, my buddy died the other night and shit, you know?
Rip in peace, my man.
That's why I went in the chat and I said, fuck you all, because fuck everybody in the chat. Dude, if you're gonna rip on me, fuck you.
Oh, if you don't want people bullying you for your dead friend, the chat's probably gonna do that. Alcohol is an NPC beverage.
I mean, I know what the internet is. You know what I mean? I'm not a fucking rube.
I don't know why you even said that. Like, guys, don't make fun of me. Like, what? Like,
because I'm trying to bring attention to myself.
Nice. I don't know why Hayashi's let fucking King of Poland be aired today. That was kind of weird. I mean, I guess it created content for a little bit, but I don't want to fucking hear about it. But whatever, I guess. It's up to ANCAP, and or lack thereof of ANCAP's standards.
I mean, there wouldn't be much content otherwise.
Oh, we would have talked about some like political shit normally, but I guess yeah, it was a change of pace. But hopefully it doesn't become regular or anything like that. That'd be bad.
Yeah.
Dance at your friend's grave. He uploaded right after. It was a shill. Oh yeah, you're right. So that he just came on BWR the shill like 60 viewers. Would your dead friend be proud of you for relapsing? Oh, that's kind of harsh pleading. Going full fucking Stefan Molyneux in chat.
I mean, the type of dude that he was, he probably would be because he was a shitbag.
Shit. Is Rizzo dead? Rizzo's been dead, Moody, for a long time now. He died a while back. That's why I have the little tribute channel. So if any of the people I've interviewed die, then they get a little tribute channel. But don't kill yourself.
Dude, I'll be on there next, bro. You'll see me.
Yeah. Your cop Joaquin theory was right, I guess. Yeah. With that the fucking gay love between them. How does Space Black feel about Hulk Hogan's run? About Hulk Hogan in general. But what happened with Hulk Hogan recently, Caminito?
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly what happened with Hulk Hogan.
I like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, but Hulk Hogan's based. I haven't heard recently what he's been up.
You talking about like he didn't want the fucking coon like dating his daughter or some shit like that?
Oh, that's probably what he's talking about. How do you know if someone dies? What if they just stop posting? Well, when Rizzo died, people investigated and found out.
Oh, he's gay? Nah, I can't get behind that.
Hulk is gay? Oh shit, yeah.
Come here, brother.
Oh, he said the N-word on the fuck tape. Well, that happened a long time ago. Okay, never mind. I think bug behind you is just saying random shit. Okay, so I think it's just when he said nigger, but I don't think Space Black is.
Yeah, okay, shit about that.
Yeah, people ODing on drugs. Doing drugs in 2018. Well, Mao, anime's my drug. Unironically, I think through making Base Black more of a weeaboo, we've made him less of a druggie. Well, he still smokes tons of weed.
I smoke weed.
Do you play any video? I haven't been here from the beginning, but I don't think you guys talked about that, right?
Do I play what?
We haven't really talked much
Video
about video games. We could.
Yeah, nigga.
Yeah,
I'm in the Discord. You can see when I'm playing games. I play games like 24/7.
Yep.
Which games do you like?
I play a mod for Star Wars Jedi Academy called Movie Battles.
It's a fun game. Did Rizzo smoke too much weed or something? I think I don't recall exactly, but I think it was OD on some hard drug. Or Rizzo.
Wait, I can play chat in some fight games. You guys play Blaze Blue, I can wreck you niggas. Easy.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't play, but I know that one. It's probably one of the best ones.
Can't believe he's black till he smokes crack. He doesn't smoke crack, but he did a lot of Xanny, so I know he's black. Because white people don't do like tabs of Xanny for 2 weeks on end.
Dude, crack is pretty chill.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Got
Base
him.
Black, do you want to tell them about like your days as a drug dealer? So that fun stuff?
I mean, I was working at McDonald's, and like there's a bitch at the place who would like always want fucking 3 grams, like every other day she asked me for 3 grams. So I'd take her $60 and go get 3.5 grams for 50. And then I'd like smoke 0.5 and then make $10. And then like after doing that for a while, I was just like, why don't I just start selling weed? And then like I started selling weed. Then I got fired, and I just keep selling weed.
So you work at McDonald's, your parents and shit. Makes sense. Yeah. But didn't you like fuck women while selling weed to them?
I have my own apartment. Got kicked out of my parents' house because yellow nigga stepdad.
Oh no.
Yeah. But originally I paid for it with McDonald's money, but then I started paying for it with my weed monies.
Definitely an inspiring entrepreneur.
Dude, so you're basically pretty stereotypical, right?
Basically, yeah, he is. He lived the entire nigga life.
Mm-hmm.
Oof.
Yeah. He was pretty well off, so he didn't have to. He just did it because he wanted to.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I sold a ton of drugs in my life. It was mostly like mushrooms and acid and shit.
Yeah. How'd you even end up getting into Zanny though?
Facebook. I don't know. Selling weed, and then I don't know. Somehow Xanax was around. Started selling that.
Mm.
Oh. And then I don't know. I like Xanax a lot. I don't even remember. Fucking.
We remember. We got Ice Chat all the time with Xanax. It was hilarious. But who's your favorite rapper?
Currency.
Currency.
Dude, Currency is fucking trash, dude.
Nah.
I fuck with rap pretty hard, and Currency is garbage.
Nah.
What music besides rap do you listen to, Bass Black?
I don't really listen to music. The only time I really listen to music is like when I'm walking to the bus stop to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm on the bus. That's pretty much it.
Do you have any funny stories from school about like being black and like using your black privilege?
No, I don't think I used black privilege in school.
Okay, like there hasn't been any situation where there's like white liberals who are like sucking your cock because there's some like racism day. I go to
community college. I don't go to the university.
If you went to university though.
Yeah, I hear my little sister goes like to all those like gay type of shit.
Like the fucking black people support group shit.
Yeah, and the women's rights shit.
Women's rights, diversity quota shit, and she's just like, God, university is such a fucking shit show. Have you listened to the rapper Tech?
Yo, really? Oh no, fuck Tech 9. Don't even ask him about that. No, my real question is like, what kind of white music you like?
I don't like white people music.
Yeah, he doesn't understand rock music. He thinks it's like
I hate that shit.
You live in a majority white area now, or is it like pretty black?
It's like a college town, so
well, it's just okay. Then it's rainbow colored. Yeah, if it's a college town, pretty rainbow. Is your sister a hoe?
Nah.
She's pretty uptight.
Yeah,
Does she like white boys?
Nah, she hates white people for some reason. She's not woke. She hates white people.
She's not down to get bleached.
She can't stand white people.
Too bad too. So then you could have like a rich white in-law that you can mooch off.
Yeah, but fucking dumb bitch.
But then you'd have like yellow nigga niece shit.
Oh, that would be terrible.
Yeah, that would be really bad. Maybe it's for the best. You'd have little fears running around.
Niggas, they're just mentally unstable.
I mean, she doesn't want to get colonized. There's some freaky black bitches who are into that roleplay stuff, though, about like slave roleplay.
Yeah, it's probably what the black bitch in the Hulk Hogan video was on, you know?
What are your thoughts on NPCs, or do you know about that meme?
Don't.
All right, so basically there was a study done that like surveyed people, and it found that about 1 in 4 people do not use internal thought like at all. Like they don't they don't like talk to themselves in their head like things they're thinking. That just doesn't happen for them. And so then people started memeing that there's like so many dumb people in the world who are literally just NPCs. They don't even think.
It's probably true. It's definitely true. People are retards.
Yeah, I mean, I met a lot of people who are like that. And the sample was from college students. So it was like 1 in 4 college students don't use their internal voice much.
Jesus. Not even the drug-addled degenerates or the rest of the fucking nobodies. Just the college.
And now it's become kind of like a gay insult meme. So like somebody's like being low IQ, yeah, man, you're like an NPC. And then like you don't even have internal thought. Back in the day, I'd agree brace moving. But black chicks hook up white guys is equivalent to winning the lottery for them. I mean, I guess so.
You don't like multiplayer games. What do you like? Some type of pussy?
Yeah. Respond to that bug behind you. Are you a pussy? Do you not like competition in your video games? NPC got turned into the new cuck in like a day. Yeah, it's true. Getting a GF is NPC behavior. To be truly woke, you gotta have a waifu. No GFs allowed. White men should just take the rice pill. I mean, even if you take the rice pill, your mixed race children have like mental issues a lot of the time.
It's like your brain doesn't know what to do because you're not supposed to be multiple races. You know, it's supposed to be pure.
But I think if it was like controlled demolition, so like there was a bunch of Happas and they started like keeping Happa only in like a certain like area or country, and it was just like nothing but Happas, they could actually form like a new proto race or something, then it would work. But I think just being in a multicultural society as like a half breed is like terrible. Unless there's like organized Happa land.
Happa layer.
Yeah. The Hapno state.
Yeah, you're just a pussy.
Multiplayer games have no story, meaningless work, just like real life. Well, single player games have no content that you can share with others, so it's also meaningless work, just like real life. At least you're climbing a hierarchy when you play multiplayer games.
At least I can shit on a nigga and tell him.
You can become like the head of a community and then just like shit talk people, or you could start drama within like a video game, which is like another layer of fun, you know.
Yeah, it's different types of entertainment, different purposes.
Yeah. Oleg, yeah, so like basically like Mexico. So like basically a bunch of mixing would go on, and instead of having like shitty mestizo genes that make your IQ like 40 points lower, you have East Asian genes that make it like okay. So it would turn out decent for a long period of time. But there wouldn't be really a situation where that would happen unless it's like weird fucking like eugenics project people sign up for. Single player games adapted. I don't know what that would be. Latin Americans are multicultural to begin with. Are they a natural or a race of their own? Well, I mean, they're kind of a race of their own, but the problem is they have like such a diversity that it like doesn't have any unity. They just have like too much mixing. Would you agree with that, Ospen?
Oh yeah, definitely. Brazil's in the shitter because of that, mostly, and low IQ.
It's just too multicultural. If everybody was just like a little 56% mestizo, it would be fine. But it's like a whole fucking spectrum.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Both of the Happas in our community are extremely religious. Wonder if it's a coincidence. Why would it? Well, I kind of this is just like me bullshitting, but I would imagine Oleg that mixed race people like when we talk to hardcore, they can't use racial identity or historical identity to like form themselves or form their identity. So they then have to use either religion or politics or ideology, philosophy. They have to fill the gap in of something. So that's why they would be really religious, or in like hardcore's case, really fucking dumb and like start being like a hardcore liberalist because they don't have anything else that would define their identity.
Yeah, and when you speak of like racism, I mean, I used to think I was white in Brazil at 80%. Everyone, the only race that people see are the blacks, but that's just because they're so uh, yeah, they're the bottom of the barrel, right? So everyone kind of sees that they're not very useful. They don't do much at all. But everyone else just kind of thinks we can all live along. I mean, there's no reason to. We're all blank slates above the plex.
But if you like really break down the statistics for Brazilian politics, it's all fucking racial. Like the different.
Yeah, the wider guys, yeah,
Yeah.
they tend to be better, but people don't notice that like day to day. The regular people don't notice that.
Yeah, I had to take a really cucked anthropology class in college, but it was interesting. Now thinking back on my readings and all the shit we did, it was actually pretty red pilling. Like, because obviously the angle they go for is, oh, you have white privilege and like look at these like societies that have all these troubles with like race and shit. But instead, like now looking back on it, it's like, wow, these shitholes are fucking shitholes because they have like no fucking racial homogeneity and they have all these problems that crop up because there's like a spectrum of whiteness and shit.
Yeah, definitely. But that also goes into IQ, and I think when you go into IQ averages, countries that have below like 96, 97% or 97 IQ, they usually tend to fare much worse on the global scale. And they're not, the entrepreneurs that go out there and try to look for cheap labor to, you know, uh, industrialize and make factories, and they avoid those countries because you have Asian poor countries with people over 100 IQ that can work for just
I do
as
feel a little
little
bad for
and do a better
Happas
job.
because Elliot Rodger kind of poisoned the well with his
Yeah,
existence. I mean, there's a decent amount of good Happas, like Keanu Reeves. There's what's another good Happa? Can you name any? Blanking on it.
no.
No.
Happas are fine in my book. I mean, they have these mental issues, but their IQ is good. Their instincts are generally on the conservative side, so I think
How
they're
much of the
compatible.
race politics is because of German communities of escaped officers and Dean Cain? I don't think that's the case. That's like a stupid like leftist conspiracy. That the only reason there's any racism in Brazil is because there was like Nazi officers who escaped there. That would be like a leftist fucking explanation. Leo doesn't help with his BBW crazed eyes. Kappa issues always seem to be from shit parents. Roger's got money but no guidance. Yeah, but a lot of people get money but no guidance. Keanu is a Happa? Yeah, he is. Someone said like school shooters are Happas, but that's not really that true. Most of the school shooters are either white. It's like the Virginia Tech shooter was like full Asian. Most of them are white. Although I guess the thing is if you did look at the statistics, it would be actually mostly black people school shooting, but they don't count when like some nigga
Yeah,
down in the ghetto
gang
school like
members.
does some gang banging. They don't really count that as a school shooting, even though it technically is a shooting happening at a school, killing multiple people. They don't count. Rogers was also a sociopath. That's true. A lot of Jews doing a school shooting. Yeah. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Besides, like the Columbine kids, they're mostly Jewish. Oh, were the Columbine shooters Jewish? I don't know. I don't know the lore. I don't like research school shooters, to be honest.
Yeah.
Edgy windows.
He's a Quappa. They don't count niggers in shooting their schools, but will count nearby shootings in white neighborhoods as school shootings. Yeah, exactly. One of the Columbine kids was a Jew. That's what I would think. Yeah, most rich parents are terrible at raising their kids, which is crazy because their parents are usually good. Good parents skips a generation. Yeah, bug behind you. Well, basically, if you're raised well, then you're going to succeed, and you're going to have a ton of money, and it's going to be really easy to raise your kids. You're going to have all the technology success, and then the norm is to put them in public school, so then you don't do the education. So there's no reason to, and it's just because boomers. I think I talked about this in my little video I made, but the boomers like had this material mindset, and they're not, and they pass it on to their kids, and they don't pass on any morals or like guidance to live or like social help, and it's just it's not very useful or helpful for people developing, and that's why we have so many fucking autists. Parents don't do their fucking job anymore, or at least this given generation didn't do their fucking job. But I mean, that's more of like also that's more of like a reflection of the times, less than the parents though. Like the environment is just, it's so easy. You just like, you hit buttons, you put a little screen in front of them, you put them in the public school. Like it's just the convenience is so much there that like there's almost like no incentive to actually parent and teach people morals and ideas and things. All the rich kids are Chads. I don't know. I knew rich kids who were like really fucking stupid and like did a bunch of drugs and ended up dropping out of like fucking high school despite being like a rich person, which was like fucking hilarious. Damn, like 4 people here and I'm the only one talking. That's okay.
Dude, I'll talk for 2 hours if you want me.
Just say shit, bruh. I do. I'm not hard to do research on being a good parent, especially on the internet. There should be no excuses anymore. Yeah, it's true. Like with the information on the internet, like you should be able to find like a way both from like psychologists and like philosophy and history to teach your kid some decent way of living. But of course, that's not on television, so.
It's actually like all over television, which is the funny part. It's like in all the TV shows.
What, how to raise your kids?
Yeah.
But they teach you how to raise your kids like tranny degenerates. That's the problem. Remember back when parents used to tell you to back away from a TV as a kid? Yeah, isn't that funny? Like, didn't your parents used to tell you that? Don't sit too close to the screen. And now everybody has like screens in their face like fucking 24/7 all the time. And has like terrible vision.
If teachers and kindergarten teachers and all the academia people tell you to not spank your kids, they're already wrong in my view. I think you should be able to spank your kids on the.
You should be able to, but I think you can definitely discipline children without having to spank them easily.
Oh, you can definitely do without, but it comes to
I like the starvation route, to be honest.
Shit, you might have to
just skipping meals is like the easiest way because they know they're dependent on you for their food, and once they realize that, they'll shut the fuck up. Once they like internalize that, that's like the easiest way.
Do they recommend that nowadays?
I don't think people recommend that. They think it's kind of cruel, but I like it used to be a punishment. Like, oh, if you fuck up, you just don't get dinner.
I still favor
supper.
But
I
don't know, man.
I mean, the benefit of spanking, I feel, is that you incite in them a very authoritarian,
You don't want to be authoritarian. You want your kids to respect you, so they'll literally go out of their way to take care of you. If you're authoritarian, there's like a coin flip chance they're just going to hate your guts, and then they're just not going to bother taking care of you in clown world society. So you want your
because
kids to
they
like
have
you.
Options, right?
Yeah,
I guess
it's not like the old days where everyone's like forced to live on their fucking family estate. Now you gotta have your kids like you in the modern day.
If you spank your kid, he might just go to the government and
that too.
tell on you. Yeah.
So that's why like like for parenting, I think it's definitely much more about not being physically violent, being like make them love you and respect you, that sort of thing, more than like I mean, of course, your kids are going to act out and be retarded because children do that. But there's easier ways than fucking spanking them.
Well, I think
I didn't go getting whoopings. I used to eat those shits and be like, whatever, and then go do some shit.
They whipped Face Black all the time. Didn't help him out.
I had to take my fucking PlayStation or the internet away.
That's how they got to you. That's how my parents got to me. Is they took away my video.
I was like, wait, I need the internet. Wait a second.
Taking away my video games, that was like emotionally devastating. Destiny Molyneux. Well, yeah, but I agree with Molyneux on some parenting shit. I think he goes overboard because he's like psychotic about it, in some ways. But I agree with him on like the principle. Unlike I heard him say at some point like he had a moral premise for why he's like so obsessed with parenting. So his moral premise was that the kid has no, like, your kid didn't get to sign a contract. They didn't get to like look at you, two parents, and say, "Oh, I want you guys as my parents." You're bringing them you're forcing them into this world, and they are stuck with you. And so, like, literally,
he's trying to guilt trip people into feeling bad for being parents or something.
Well, that's not really guilt tripping people. It's just the reality that like the parent-child relationship is non-consensual. Like you like as a kid, you don't get to opt in to living with these parents in this society. So if like you have shitty parents, you didn't get to